Hi, Embracing Only podcast family. This is Archita. We are introducing impact moments, actionable insights that highlight the best and powerful learning moments and wisdom from our past episodes of incredible guests. In this highlight reel, you'll hear leadership lessons from a combat veteran, taking action to be anti-racist, mastering workplace negotiations, leveraging your uniqueness for success. We'll take a topic and break it down in a short, snappy episode. So click on the link in the show notes to continue listening to these impact moments with our amazing guests.
I'm curious to get your thoughts on this, Linda. A lot of times when people speak up in a workplace, they're labeled mean or just angry, especially with a woman. They're, oh, she's just angry, or she's too assertive, or you don't understand how to work with this other woman, or things like that. She's a strong personality, you're a strong personality. When someone feels bullied and harassed and retaliated against, it's very different from someone being mean to you.
Yes.
Could you maybe help articulate to our listeners how they can pick up on these cues that they can stand up for themselves, like, and for others, especially because when people go up and speak to them, people just put it down. We'll just try to think about this strategy and work with this person this way. But nobody ever encourages victims to be like, I'm going to stand up right up against you and let's go tackle this. So any thoughts on how we can be better active bystanders?
Again, another reason that training should be mandatory, worldwide should be mandatory. It absolutely should be, because there's a lot of nuances here, a lot of insidious nuances. And it's Workplace Bullying Awareness Week. So I am posting on those insidious nuances, the one that we miss them because we've normalized. We've normalized them because these are not new. It started decades and centuries ago, but it's evolving. And we have to wake up and start to see it and be more conscious about it. So start with your gut. If you feel something's not right, it didn't make sense, then trust it, document it. The thing about this abuse is it is insidious and it is accumulative. So if you think about that quote, death by 1,000 cuts, change it to psychological injury by 1,000 psychological insults. So it's not the first time that you feel that gut response of, that didn't make sense, that's odd. It's not the 20th time, it's the 500th time. It's over weeks, months to years that this starts to accumulate and become an injury. So you want to trust your gut right off the bat. You want to trust the alarms that are going off. You want to document, you want to keep a record, because you want to identify a pattern, right? You want to see this is consistent. This isn't just a one-time thing, or maybe she's going through a terrible thing at home. So he, by the way, you want to see a pattern. You want to watch how it's impacting you, track your own body and your own feelings. Because one thing that targets of bullying do, and I've seen thousands, so I can speak that this is a typical pattern, is override their own needs. If their gut's going off, they override it. If their headache's showing up, that's their body talking, they override it. Even to the point where I'm exhausted, I got to sleep, but I'm going to keep working. Or I've got a sore stomach, but I'm just going to ignore it because I've got to keep working. Or I am so stressed out, my memory is shot, but we better keep working. We keep doing that. We override it. So pay attention, document, trust yourself, learn what you can. And if you really are struggling, don't know what to do next, see someone like me. There's people like me all around the world now. And if you can't find them, I'll help you find them, because we need clarity, and our brains get all mushed up with stress. We traumatized, we forget, we blur the lines, we go into avoidance. And let's not forget, or let's admit it. We also get triggered from stuff that we might have went through in the past that's similar to this. So with all the reactions going off, you miss a lot of clarity. Your head gets pretty messed up. So you need clarity. That's documentation. That's talking about it. And that's learning about it. Because clarity will give you confidence. And confidence will give you courage. And courage will mean you do the right thing. Now, some of us have very valid reasons for not speaking up. And I want to speak to that. There's a lot of we need our bystanders. We need our witnesses coming forward. They're our best resource, because this kind of abuse is happening behind closed doors. We know better. We're adults. We know we can't get away with that. We need our bystanders, and we have to stop shaming. Our bystanders have very valid reasons for not coming forward. Number one, they've seen the process fail. That's pretty valid. So let's make the process successful. Number two, maybe one of those bullies is their friends and they can't rat on their friends. That's valid, but let's talk you through that so you do the right thing at the end of the day. The other valid reason is we're already working in stressful jobs. It's very stressful to get involved in a workplace bullying case, but maybe they've got a husband at home that's dying of cancer, or a wife at home that's about to have a baby, or maybe they have a baby at home that's very sick. That's very valid reasons. Let's not shame them. Let's not blame them, but let's help them. Let's talk about those barriers and work through them so they'll do the right thing. So there's a lot of things right there. Document, monitor, see a doctor so they monitor, and it's another professional documenting on your behalf, right? You want to monitor your symptoms, but also see someone like me so you can talk through it and develop a strategy that's best for you.
I love it. Courage, clarity, and confidence, right?
Clarity comes first because confidence comes with clarity, and then courage comes with those, right?
True. Confidence comes with clarity. Yeah, clarity first. Is that
clarity, confidence, and then courage, and then report?
That makes so much sense. It's interesting though, because it sometimes feels like a little bit of a vicious circle, right? Because you may go from clarity to confidence and you may feel really great. And then you start some certain conversations, you start initiating things, but then your confidence is broken down by whoever you're talking to or reporting it to. So then you go back into that vicious circle of, okay, how can I be more clear in what I'm communicating? And so the impetus of evidence in this situation falls solely on someone who is a victim, who's going through this, that is under stress, which can really be challenging. So I really appreciate you offering yourself up first, Linda, because you're absolutely right. If you don't have a core group of people you can trust and rely on to help you see clearly through these kind of vicious circles you run yourself into, you'll never get through that third and fourth stage of courage and then finally reporting. And then I would say almost, do you ever get to a stage of freedom?
I often say that you have to choose recovery with or without justice. You have to be important enough, worthy enough to choose recovery, whether you have justice or not. If you're not worthy enough, then we have a problem, don't we? And an awful lot of people out there are waiting for justice so they can have their recovery. And that is why it's not looking good. Because a lot of us won't get justice. I didn't get justice. And I had to find other ways to heal my heart and soul and feel that I could make a difference out there and help other people not suffer. That heals me. And I want to be that inspiration. I was diagnosed with PTSD, but obviously it's recovery. It's possible, or I could not be doing this work. I would not be doing that. I could not be talking about it. I'd be crying all over the place. I couldn't be teaching. And it's 10 years. So yes, recovery is possible, but do you make it a priority? And that's another part. Education, like what you're saying, education is important. Learn what you can about bullying. Don't overdo it. Don't overwhelm yourself, because that's another thing we tend to do. Pace it, but don't go through it alone. You don't have to anymore. 10 years ago, we all did. No one today has to go through this alone. You need a team of support.
Yeah, even to that.